models that we want to use? Because it's still going to be a state facility. So have we thought about selling it? Who do we think about selling it to? Or is it just going to be mothballed indefinitely?
Senator, there's not an immediate plan, but certainly there have been discussions, and we want to look at the question of whether the Department of Corrections might want to use it in the future.
Okay, so what is your goal? I mean, how long are you going to be looking at plans, just versus a...
We want to consider and look at that for fiscal 13.
Senator Schmidt.
Yeah, this is a question to the director. While these children, whatever, are incarcerated between 6 to 9 months, and I understand the issue of wanting the parents and their family, around them to help them through the tough times that they're going through. What is the visit? I mean, do you see a lot of visitors coming from Cook County or DuPage or Lake or wherever these, wherever these children are coming from? Do we see them getting any visitors?
No, we don't. Again, the youth that are in Murphysboro, for instance, primarily from the southern area. Again, we don't have, as we say today, we don't have any youth from Cook County. But the overall direction of juvenile justice is to, whenever possible and whenever appropriate, in terms of making sure that those youth are strengthened and are prepared to go back into the communities where they can hopefully stay in the communities. Research has shown that it's important that parental engagement, when clinically appropriate, parental engagement, and also trying to strengthen parents that have the responsibility also when those youth return to their communities to provide oversight and supervision, et cetera, for those youth. It's found that it's very important clinically, when appropriate, that parents try to be engaged whenever possible. We know that there's a tremendous challenge, whether it's in juvenile justice or child welfare, when youth are placed in facilities a long way from their communities. And so some of the recommendations and some of the research talks about televisiting. I may be saying it wrong, but visiting through Skyping. And so there are a number of things that we're looking at that may not call for a parent to drive 6 hours, let's say, if it were Cook County, or 2 hours, but to try to make, whenever possible, it amenable for parents or guardians or significant others to come and have some contact and relationship with that youth who 96% of them are going back to the community. And that's the other piece. 96% of the youth that are in juvenile justice are returning to the community. And so the question is, how do we want them to return?
And maybe I have this incorrect, but how many of the youth in Murphysboro are from outside the southern region?
Let me calculate. We've got, only 6 of the 59 that were submitted under the Cochrane report, only 6 of the youth were from the southern region of the 59.
Okay, another question. On the other facility that's kind of been discussed, the Pierre Marquette facility, we talked about the cost of how much it is to operate per year per child at the Murphysboro facility, but do we have a cost for the other facility? Or are they just apples and oranges right now?
Right.
The cost of the Pierre Marquette facility, now, as the director mentioned, it was converted to a male step-down program effective July 1st, so our per capita cost would be for when it was operated as a female facility, and those costs were approximately $225,000 per year at that time for the females.
And what do we think will the cost be as a step-down per person?
That's something that we can certainly get you. However, because of an economy of scale, by adding a population, it should drive down the per capita cost at any facility that would have an added population to it.
And the Pierre Marquette facility, that is not a dormitory style. That is a single bunk, double bunk?
It was converted, yes.
Converted, okay. And how old is that facility? I just wondered because I didn't know how much money would have to be spent to, to work.
Well, just a little history, I do know that prior to it becoming a girls, up until 2004, it was an all-male facility. And then in 2004, it was converted to a girls' facility. And then historically, again, our population has between 4 and 5% that are females. And prior to my being appointed, again, and everyone that's sitting here now know that was a tremendous challenge around the per capita cost of girls at Pierre Marquette would hover around $220,000, $240,000 annually. And so now we've, again, transitioned into a step-down facility with a capacity of 38 low-risk males.